Hello. Good early afternoon. How y'all doing today? I got a little bump on my face. All right. So a couple videos ago, I talked about haters. I talked about people who now that I've started a channel, not just started a channel, but I've been doing other things, with my magazine articles, and there's another one coming out this month. Books, just various things that I've been doing. I've been noticing haters uh, out there, and it's okay. And being here on YouTube, I noticed the same thing. Some of the groups that I'm in, the people I follow, the videos that I watch, I also noticed that they have haters. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay. Now, this is Ypifany. I'm about learning, development and evaluation, looking at information, getting it together, figuring out how we're going to, put all this stuff together and do something with it. All right. So let's look at haters. I have some notes here. So what is a hater, first of all? What is hate? Let's say that. What is hate? It's intense, extreme hostility and aversion to someone or something, usually stemming from fear, anger, or a sense of injury. Okay. Now, that definition is important because hate is very clearly, and if you look at it in yourself, okay, because there's some stuff I hate on, okay, and I know it's the same for you. If you look at it in yourself, hate is a perception you have of another person or another thing. It's all within you, okay? Ain't nobody shoving hate into you from the outside, It's things that have happened to you or things you've observed or something that is creating a perception of hate within you. One thing I hate, okay, not a person, but I hate running. I hate it. I use the word hate, and I'm talking about running, okay? Now, I was in the military. I was in the Army. I was in the Army when I was 18, going on 18 years old, okay? I'd never really paid attention, even before then, okay? I was on the track team for a little while in high school, just a little while. Then I saw that we had a choir, and I love to sing, so I quit track and I went into choir, into the choir. So just a little while I was in track. I never hated running, but it's not one of my favorite things to do. Okay. Now I love hiking. I love walking. I could walk all day. I love hike. I love that stuff. But running, now let me tell you why I say I hate it. Because in the military, you have to run. There's a lot of things you have to do in the military because that's what they're, conditioning you for, to be able to follow orders. It don't matter what's going on, and I hate the cold. It don't matter how cold it is outside. You got to be out there with your thin jacket that don't do nothing. Okay. And you got to run. So it's not the running itself that I hated. What I hated was that running was coupled with somebody telling me to do something and I couldn't say no. I had to do it. Okay. And that has caused me to hate run. So if right now somebody came and said, Cheryl, let's go for a run. Before anything, my mind is already working on how I hate this. It's already working. Okay. Which means when I get out there, I'm not going to do well because I already know I hate it. It's a mind thing. So what I'm saying here is that hate is internal. The stuff you feel for somebody else, the fear, the anger, the dislike, feeling like this person injured you, that's all internal. Because if you look at children and their parents, not a lot, well, maybe it is a lot, I don't know, but parents sometimes abuse and misuse their children. Okay, they do. But if you look at that child, that child will not, no matter what the parent does, they just won't develop a negative perception of that parent. And they'll always be looking for the hug, for the thing. They just won't think of him or her negatively. Okay. So that shows you it's not just what somebody does to you that you automatically just hate them. No. And some of us have relationships. We're in relationships with people who treat us like crap. Crap. Okay. While everybody around you has a negative perception of that person, like, what are you doing? Why are you with him or her? Why do you take that? We will not develop a negative perception of that person. Okay. So a hater has been able to get over that. Okay. A hater has seen what you're doing. They see where you are, how you're moving in the world. You know, they have taken the time and the energy to develop a negative perception of you and then express that in various ways. Now, there's two types of haters, two main types of haters. Okay. You have the hater that wants to be you, like they literally want to be you. Okay. Now, that hater may display things that you would think are like, okay, you would think that they're your friend. Okay. A good example of this is the movie. Have y'all seen the movie Single White Female? This is a perfect example of a hater. And she has some mental issues too. But, you know, if you trying to be somebody, you got something going on up here. Something going on up here. Okay. So if you haven't seen Single White Female, first of all, go see it. I'm sure it's on YouTube or something, somewhere it's on. Go see it, because this lady, she changes her hair. She gets an apartment with this lady. She starts dressing like her. She tries to get her man. I mean, all kind of stuff. She wants to be this woman, but in order for her to be her, she got to get rid of her. So the whole time when she's being her friend, she's giving her gifts and all this, she hating hard. Okay. Because she's trying to be this lady. Now that's a hate that's like based on jealousy, like intense jealousy, so jealous that I want to be you. Okay. I haven't seen any of that on YouTube. You know, I haven't experienced anything like that. I hope I never do, because that's some terrible stuff, right? You got to get authorities involved and all that stuff and that kind of thing. So that's one. The other one is the hater. They don't want to be you. They just want to knock you down a peg or two. Okay. They just want, I ain't trying to be you. But what they want to do is they perceive a couple of things. Okay. They perceive that in some way you are better than them. They feel inferior when they look at you. Okay. You're doing well. They feel inferior when they look at you. To knock you down is like, say, somebody says, oh, Cheryl has a YouTube channel now. You know, she's doing that. And the hater would say, well, she only got 40 subscribers. You know, so that's like trying to knock me down in other people's eyes, right? Because that's what they want to do. It's not just about getting you. It's about getting to the way other people see you, so that they won't put you in that position that you're in, where the hater feels like they are below you in some kind of way. They're inferior to you in some kind of way. Okay. So those are the two. You have the hater that just wants to be you. And with them, you'll see a lot of nice things, you know, because they'll be masking that. But then you have the hater that's just blatant with it. They don't want to be you. They just want to see you fail. That's what they want to do. They want to see you fail. Okay. They want to see you fail, which is horrible. That's just horrible, right? So again, haters feel inferior. They feel slighted in some kind of way. And I keep saying they feel, because at the end of the day, it's not about you. If I'm hating on you, it's about me. It's because I feel some type of way about me, about the position that I'm in, about the subscribers that I have, about the way my house looks, about the car I'm driving, about the person I'm with, about the money I have in my account, about the way my children are. That's why I hate on you. Because now this gets back to competition and comparing, like we were talking about the other day, and that, the YouTube streets are talking about now. This Billy Boy had a really nice video about that, right? And Five Bay mentioned it too. So it gets back to that, right? And what I said was, listen, if you are in a different position, a better position than you were at this time last year, that's really what you need to be looking at. Are you making progress? Okay. Because somebody always going to be doing better than you. Always. Ways. Somebody always going to be doing better than you. You have plenty of opportunity to hate. I got a lot of opportunity to hate on a whole bunch of different folks. But I don't choose to live my life that way. That takes a lot of work, a lot of energy, like seriously, a lot of energy. And some of y'all are using that energy to hate. Okay. What else I got here? So haters feel that way. And the thing that those of you who are being hated on, okay, what you have to be careful of is that you don't let what somebody else feels about themselves impact the way you feel about your success and your significance. Okay. I can't let the way somebody perceives me and what I'm doing, I can't let that interfere with the progress I see myself making. I will not let that interfere with being proud of my accomplishments. Okay. I won't let that interfere with that. Okay. And you have to be careful of that, because sometimes what we can do is we feel bad, and we try to dumb ourselves down so we don't get so much hate. That's crazy. Because again, it ain't got nothing to do with me. It's got nothing to do with me. It's got nothing to do with you. It's all about the hater and them needing to do, instead of wasting the energy, trying to hate on somebody, use that energy to see why you feel inferior. Use it to see why you feel like you have to knock this person down a peg or two in other people's minds. What's that going to do for you? That's a lot of energy that you're wasting for that other person when you could be using that for yourself, is all I'm saying. Okay. That's all I'm saying. So what can you do about haters? Nothing. Haters gonna hate. That's what the title of the video is. They gonna hate. What you can do for yourself, though, is to set very clear boundaries for you. Okay? Not so much for them. You can absolutely let them know, okay, listen, I know that you have an issue. You have an issue with what I'm doing, with what I'm saying, with how I'm being in the world. You have an issue with that. I get it. I see it. I hear it. Okay? I see it and I hear it. But this is where I'm going to draw the line with that. Okay? Especially if you draw boundaries, if you've tried to work with that person and actually go to them and say, what's the problem? Like seriously, what is the problem? And to have a real conversation and be like, what can we do to work this out? Because I don't want to be like this with you. What can we do? So if you've attempted that and they still just want to hate, you have to be really clear. Okay, this is the reality. You just going to be hating. So these are the boundaries that I'm setting. This is where you cannot cross. Okay. This is where I'm going to say no. All right. This is the boundary where I'm willing to negotiate or something, so you have to be very clear. This is what you're not going to do. This is what you're not going to say about me. This is what you're not going to do to me or my family. This is what you're not going to do, as far as coming to my house or something. This is what you're not going to, because when this boundary is crossed, these are going to be the consequences for that. Okay. Now, if you want to, put up a white flag, hand out an olive branch, and we could just squash this whole thing. Let's do that. But if you want to continue to be a hater, these are the boundaries. Now, it's not up to the hater to respect those boundaries. It's up to you. It's up to me to respect the boundaries I set. If I said, if you come out your mouth the wrong way to me, this way, and you do that, or if you contact my job, or if you try to reach out to my children, or whatever the boundary is, if you do that, now it's up to me to enact those consequences. Because I told you, if you do this, this is what I'm going to do. All right. So it's up to you to respect your boundaries. The hater going to do what they're going to do. All right. But they just need to be clear. Okay, this is what she said. This is where I can't go any further, or whatever, And again, it's up to them to work that stuff out on their own, because it's about how they feel inferior to you, or how, if I'm hating on somebody, I feel inferior in some kind of way. Okay. So I need to look at that. I need to say, Cheryl, why does like disgust and anger just rise up in you when you see this person, or you hear this person on YouTube? Or why is that? What is that? What am I saying about me when that happens? Okay. That's the work that the hater needs to do. Okay. That ain't got nothing to do with you. If anything, when you set boundaries, that's helping me. Okay. Especially if you're somebody that I really, at the same time, I want to be around or hang out with. Isn't that funny? Right. If the person really couldn't stand you, then why are they all up in? Every time you turn around, they in your chat. Every time you turn around, they talking about you to somebody else. I mean, life is just filled with you, your name, and what you're doing. You know what I mean? That tells you that person has a lot of work to do for themselves, really. But you can't stop, right? I can't stop doing what I'm doing. I can't stop making the moves that I'm making because somebody else, has issues. You just can't, you can't do that. So you have to keep making your contribution to the world. And hopefully the hater will see that they also have a contribution to make. Okay. And while there is some competition, everybody is different. Everybody start off different. You didn't got to work to be different. You start off that way. Right. And like I said in the other video, it's just about you being your own sculpture and shaping what you're going to be and what that's going to look like. Okay. Because it really has no choice but to be unique, because it's coming from a unique individual. Nobody else is like you. So even if you're doing the same thing somebody else is doing, I'm a painter and they got a painter over here. We both painting. Okay. But this looks different than this one because it's being the expression that it's coming from is unique and different. Now, when I try to copy you, that's a whole why. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't try to copy what other people are doing. Just do you. And it's already unique and different and special. Okay. All right. So that's all I wanted to say today. Y'all, I'm going to give me some brand new hair at the hair store so I can redo this. Yeah, the texture isn't quite right or something. I don't know. I might get gray because I don't like to cover my gray. I am growing gray gracefully. All right. So I'll talk to y'all later on today. Okay. Bye.